Hey everyone, and welcome to the Revenue Revolution, the 5 steps to ramp up your online sales for bigger paydays. My name is Ann Stroh, and I am the founder of Sell Like a Rebel. And over at the Rebel community, we are all about breaking the rules, stepping into our higher power, creating bigger, faster money and paydays, and we're doing it easier without all the hustle. So today I'm excited to share the 5 steps that you can instantly and immediately start to apply to your business right now today to create online sales bigger, better, and faster. So here's who this is for, because I want to make sure you're in the right place. I want to make sure that this is definitely for you. If not, you can leave the webinar. If it is for you, then great, you're here, you're in the right place. So you're in the right place if you're an online service-based provider who transforms lives by using your talent and knowledge to transform your clients' lives or business. Okay, so you could be a consultant, you could be a done-for-you, you could be a virtual assistant, a money, mindset, business, health coach. If that is you, then you're in the right place. And you're also in the right place if you've been in business for at least 1 year and you've worked with some clients, but you want to work with more. You also want to learn how to finally close those dreamy clients right on the spot, because you're ready to make bigger impacts, bigger money, and do it way faster and easier. And I am going to show you how to do that today. Because here's the truth. If you're bad at sales calls, if you feel like sales calls is scary, if you're not sure how to do sales calls, if you have a lack of confidence around doing sales calls, then it's going to be harder for you to make money. Maybe you do all right at your sales calls, but you're not sure how to attract the right people to the calls. Then it's going to be harder to make money, right? So bad sales calls always equals harder money. And I believe in working smarter, not harder. So here's what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn how to book dreamy clients, more than what you're doing now, faster and easier so that you can close more sales right on the spot. I'm also going to show you how to create sellable offers that you're really excited about so that you feel confident and your clients see you as the person who can help them get to where they want to go. I'm going to show you how to do this with integrity, with confidence, class, and without all the hustle, the rules, technology, and burnout. So here's my promise to you. I'm going to share with you a step-by-step system to ramp up your online sales for bigger paydays. And what I love most about this system that I'm going to share with you today is that it's so authentic and customizable. So do you feel like you're always working in your business, but you know that your return on investment could be so much better if you can convert more sales? Are you booking calls, having great conversations, but when it comes to asking for the sale, you hear, I have to think about it, or it's too expensive? Do you wish that you could book new clients with one simple and quick conversation versus spending an hour trying to convince them to buy? And do you beat yourself up after a sales call got bad because you didn't know how to overcome those damn objections? Well, if this is you and you're ready to stop feeling awkward on sales calls and confidently ask for the sale and close them with ease, then you're in the right place. Now, here's the problem that I see. The problem that I see is that you haven't been using the 5 steps. Now, before I created and learned these 5 steps, which I learned them through not doing them and making a lot of mistakes and struggling and it taking a long time to make any amount of money that was sustainable and consistent. I had to work really, really hard and lots of sacrifices. And that's how I came up with these 5 steps. But you don't know what you don't know. And if you don't know the 5 steps, then you're not using them. And that's what the problem is. That's why I'm so excited to share these 5 steps with you today, because this is going to eliminate the problem that you're having with your sales. Once you use these 5 steps, you'll know exactly how to fill your calendar with qualified buyers that are ready to work with you. They are ready to say yes to themselves and make the investment, make the decision. You'll have a consistent flow of cash that you can count on month after month, because I know there's nothing worse than inconsistent income. That feast and famine of 1 month you do really well, and then you have that month where it's like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, and then you get a little, and then nothing, and then a little, and then nothing. There's nothing that feels worse than that. And what I want you to have is a consistent flow of cash and clients that you can count on, you can rely on it. It's dependable. You'll show up on your calls with confidence, with clarity, and the ability to close more feel-good sales. I am all about sales feeling really, really good. That's why I love my system, because it's so customizable, it's authentic and genuine. There's no crazy scripts you have to read. It's just showing up, having an amazing conversation, and closing sales that feel really good to you, and they feel so good to your potential clients. And because of this, you'll see bigger, better, faster results without having to hustle. You're going to actually have fun on your calls. You're going to have fun in your business. Now, let me just really quickly tell you who I am so that you know why you should be listening to me. And then we're going to move on, because this is not about me today. So for the past 16 years, I have been building online service-based businesses with a big focus in marketing, sales, and strategic profit planning. I've built 2 multiple six-figure businesses all on my own with no education, no relevant work experience, no previous sales experience at all. I actually hated and repelled sales for the longest time, and what I like to call no business sense. I knew nothing about business, not a single thing. To top it off, I was really bad at math, so that didn't help. I generated my very first 6 figures with absolutely no website, no sales page, no technology, no hustle. I had a huge lack of confidence, tons of fear and doubt, and I was living in low-income subsidized housing on food stamps. My jam, also known as my zone of genius, is mastering sales conversations, building up your confidence in your worth, and creating online sales faster and easier than anything you've been taught through my proven strategies and my systems. So, enough about me. Let's look at the 5 steps. Let's talk about the 5 steps, because seriously, these are game changer. All right. These are the 5 crucial steps, okay, that you must tap into. You've got to start using these steps. If you want to have a bigger impact, book clients and cash flow consistently, easier and faster without hustling and spamming. Okay, these steps are often overlooked, and I'm going to walk you through all 5 of them today. So grab a pen, grab a paper, get ready to take some notes. Let's get real with your numbers. This is step number 1. A lot of people don't like to look at numbers. Maybe you're like I was in the beginning. I didn't know anything about numbers. I sucked at math. It was my worst subject in school, and I was really, really bad at numbers. So anything to do with numbers, I would resist them. I would procrastinate. I would just ignore them. I would do anything except look at numbers. So I didn't do this in the beginning of my business. Maybe you're the opposite and you're really good at math and you love numbers. But maybe you just don't know what numbers you're supposed to be looking at and what those numbers mean for your success. So one of the very, very, very first things that I do with my clients is we get real with your numbers. We get down and dirty and intimate with your numbers. Because here's the deal. Business is nothing but a numbers game, and numbers never lie. Let me say that again. Business is nothing but a numbers game, and numbers never lie. That's huge. So here's the deal. If you don't know your numbers, then you won't win. Okay? You have to get really, really clear on your goals and what emotions are attached to those goals. Okay? Because if I know one thing to be true, it is that people buy based on emotions and how you make them feel. And we take action based on how we feel, right? If you feel a high vibration, really excited, really lit up, you're going to take really great action, right? Consistent action that's inspiring and powerful. But if you feel really down, out of alignment, confused, you're probably going to procrastinate. You're going to sit still. You're going to, idle, and you're going to dabble. Okay, so it's really important that you have some inspired goals that have some really deep emotions attached to it. Number 2 is to look at what you have to work with and what is possible for you. With my clients, I always paint the picture of possibility. We look at your numbers and it tells me exactly what's possible for you. How amazing is that? If you don't want to hustle, if you don't want to waste your time or have lackluster results, then you've got to get intimate with your numbers. You have to know what you have to work with. Understand where you're at. Be honest with where you're at and know what you have to work with so you know what's possible. This eliminates winging it and flying by the seat of your pants and hoping something's going to work. Then be honest with yourself and start right where you're at. That's okay. You don't have to be where the next guy is. You don't have to be, ahead of the game. You don't have to have every single thing figured out and all the answers to get started. You just have to get started, and you got to start with the right things. So get really honest with yourself. Start where you're at and look at your numbers and just know that you're doing this so that you can take those numbers to a whole new level. Because here's the thing. When you have inspired goals, right, when you have an emotion that's attached to a goal, then what you're going to do is look at your numbers and say, okay, these are my goals. These are the goals I'm in love with, I'm excited about, I'm passionate about. Ooh, these are the goals I want. Like, I have to absolutely reach these goals. I'm so pumped up. Then you look at what you have available to make those goals happen, and you bring those two things together, and that triggers inspired action. That's what it does. You have inspired goals that you're like jumping out of bed excited about. You've looked at your numbers, your inventory. You know what you have to work with to make those goals happen. And then that triggers inspired action. And what I will tell you is anytime you take inspired action, not just action, inspired action, you get results. Because money follows energy. Money is energy. So whatever energy you're putting out there, that's where the money's going to go. That's going to follow that. That inspired action is going to dictate your results. Okay? Big, big deal. You get this, right? All right. Business is nothing but a numbers game. And numbers never lie. The answers and actions that you need are in your numbers. This is why there's struggling people and successful people. Successful people know their numbers. They get intimate with their numbers. They have inspired goals, clear goals. They're confident. And they take that inspired action no matter how big or scary it is, every single time. Because they know business is just numbers. If I know my numbers, I get real with my numbers, and I set that bar high, the money follows it. People who are struggling, they don't dare to look at their numbers. They feel like they don't have what they need to get started, so they don't do anything, right? They don't take inspired action because they don't feel inspired or excited, so they don't get results. The money follows that energy. Let me tell you about my client, Janelle. She's an online social media marketing and launch strategist. She was generating about $2,000 to $3,000 a month. It wasn't consistent income. She was not booking consistent discovery calls, hence the reason she didn't have a consistent income that she could really rely on. She was working a ton of hours. This woman must have been working 40 plus hours a week. She was a single mom with 2 young boys, and she lived in her parents' 1-bedroom basement apartment. Imagine that, a 1-bedroom basement apartment with 2 young boys. And she had taken on a part-time job at her local cafe just so she could make ends meet. When she came to me, she could not imagine how she was going to reach her goals without working more hours than what she was already working. Her 4-month goals that we discussed together was to create consistent $5,000 months so that she could move out of her parents' basement apartment, quit that part-time cafe job, and then go full-time in her business while still having time to be a mom to her 2 young boys. What we discovered was the gap that Janelle had is that she didn't have a working strategy. So she had no strategy to get calls on her calendar consistently, and so she was always launching or chasing down that next lead to create that $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Her packages were a mess. She wasn't lit up and excited about them. They were priced really low for the value that she was giving away, so she was giving so much away and just asking for a tiny bit back in return, and she couldn't get past that $3,000 a month mark. So the action that Janelle and I came up with, we came up with a couple of simple things, proven strategies that she could quickly take so they didn't take a lot of her time to fill her calendar any time that she needed to. That way, getting clients was never a problem again. While we considered her busy lifestyle, we knew that she didn't have any additional time available to put into her business. So what we did was we restructured her packages entirely. And we increased the price points of each package. We didn't even double them. We just increased them a little bit so that it felt really good and felt really in alignment for Janelle. And the result for that was that in less than 2 weeks, Janelle booked 10 calls on her calendar. She closed 7 of them, which is a 70% rate. That's phenomenal. That's an amazing close rate. And this resulted in her earning $5,329. And this was with super targeted leads. Janelle was closing less than 50% of her calls prior to her and I working together. So Janelle had finally broke through that inconsistent $3,000 month, and in less than 3 weeks was generating $8,329 a month in her business. She had a proven strategy to fill her calendar, right, with targeted leads at any given time, so it was rent repeatable. In 4 months, she was able to quit that cafe job and go 30 to 35 hours full-time in her business. And in 6 months, she hit her first $15,000 a month, and she was able to get her own 3-bedroom apartment for her and her boys. Okay? This worked because Janelle had inspired goals with a lot of emotion attached to them. She was a single mom raising these 2 young boys. She was missing out on so much with them because she was working this, cafe job, and then she was working in her business, and she never had time with her boys, so she was sacrificing that. She was living in her mom's basement apartment, here she is, 2 young kids, single mom, working this cafe job, trying to get this business going, living in her parents' basement. She had so much emotion attached to her goals. And then we looked at the inventory and said, here's what you have, Janelle, to work with. That inspired her to take action. And through that inspired action, where she could see her vision at the end of it, gave her those results. That's what led her to those results. She could see what she was working towards at the end of this. And that inspired her to take consistent action. Now let's talk about offers. This is the step number 2. Not all offers are created equal. Now let's talk about what this means. First of all, if your offer is not a clear solution, it will not sell. I'm going to say this again because it's really important. If your offer isn't a clear solution, it will not sell. Okay? Your ideal clients need to immediately see that your offer is the solution that they've been looking for without a doubt in their mind. No comparison, no doubt, no hesitation. This is absolutely their solution to the problem they're having. It is their next step, okay? They have to see right away, immediately, that they need to see that you are the person to get this job done. And if they have any hesitation on that, any doubt, they're not going to buy. So it boils down to the right traffic, because at the end of the day, this is where everything begins. If you're attracting the wrong people, if you're not attracting buyers and the right people, it doesn't matter how great your offer is, because the wrong traffic is not going to buy it, right? If you have someone come to you and they're looking to lose weight and you present them with a sales training, they're not buying it, no matter how amazing that sales training is, because that's not their problem. That's not what they're looking for. It's not the solution to what they're looking for. You have to have the right traffic. Now, alongside that right targeted traffic, you need to have a sellable offer. That means that you're putting the right traffic in front of your offer, or you're putting the sellable offer in front of the right traffic. It goes both ways, and you can't have one without the other. The right traffic, you put that right traffic in front of a sellable offer. So here's the thing. The only way to make money in your business is to sell your offers, right? But the only way to sell your offers is that you got to get them in front of the right traffic. You can't just put them in front of anybody, right? You got to get them in front of the right traffic. But the only way to activate that traffic to become buyers is to have that sellable offer. So you can't have the right traffic with a plain old Jane offer. It's got to be the right offer. People buy for two reasons. One, the way that you make them feel. So how you make someone feel is going to dictate if they buy from you or not. And I like to use the analogy with my clients of when you go into your favorite clothing store and you see this dress that it's to die for, and you go look at the price and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so much. I can't afford that. There's no way I can buy that dress. But for the hell of it, you're going to go try it on, right? And if there's any gents here, any gentlemen listening, maybe it's a suit, a tuxedo, I don't know. Be creative in whatever it is, right? So let's just say you go in and you slide that dress on and you feel phenomenal. You feel gorgeous. You feel lit up, rejuvenated. You just feel so beautiful and sexy, right? But you keep looking at that price and you're like, damn. Well, guess what? At the end of the day, you're going to buy it no matter how much it is. Even though you know, I don't know if I could really afford it. Maybe it's not the smartest decision. I don't know if this is a good investment. But damn, this dress makes me feel good. And you can't leave the store without it because it makes you feel so good. That's why you buy it. It doesn't matter what the price is because it made you feel a certain way. Your business is exactly the same. If you make someone feel like they've been heard and they've been understood and they're valuable and they can do this and they're worthy of it, and you help them, you empower them to demand what they want, and you make them feel really good and inspired and empowered, they will buy. Number two is because they know, like, and trust you. When you know someone and you like them and you trust them, you will buy from them if they put a solution in front of you because you already know, like, and trust them, and now they've given you a solution to your biggest problem. It's a no-brainer. So, of course, they're going to buy because they know, like, and trust you, and you just put a solution right in front of them, okay? So you have to keep this in mind when you're creating your offers. People make buy-in decisions because you made them feel a certain way and because they know, like, and trust you. Your offer must provide both of these things, okay? The experience on your sales conversations must provide both of these things. If you're trying to get cash in the door ASAP with little to no inventory, then you need to get your hottest leads on the phone and close that sale. If you're speaking to cold traffic, they don't know, like, or trust you. You haven't made them feel any certain way yet. They're not going to buy right away. So it's not the fastest way to get money in the door. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about low ticket offers because this is really important. If you have a low ticket offer, then so something under $2,000, a low ticket offer, it's going to require a lot of sales. You have to have more leads, more sales because it's priced lower, right? So depending on how much money you want to make each month, then if it's priced really low, you have to have a lot of those to equal that amount of money that you want to make. You have to have a sales page. So that's technology. It's time, right? Probably money too, if you don't know how to do that. It's going to take longer if you don't have enough inventory. Your inventory is the access that you have to people, to potential buyers. And if you don't have a big inventory, then where are you going to get all these leads that you need to make that amount of money that you want to make? It's a great question, right? A high ticket offer, $2,000 or more, requires less sales calls. And you don't need a sales page. In fact, you get people on a sales call. You don't even send people to a sales page with something that's priced $2,000 or more. They're going to have questions. You need to have a sales call. And these are super fast and easy to fill with little to no inventory. Because it's higher priced, you don't need a lot of sales. It's fast, easy money, right? And when we talk about right here, if you're trying to get cash in the door ASAP, like yesterday, and you don't have a lot of inventory, you don't have time to do a low ticket offer because you don't have the inventory to support it, okay? And it's not fast, easy. All right. Here's my client, Melissa. She's an online marketing strategist and abundance coach. She's amazing. She was generating about $5,000 a month, but she could not get beyond that. She was stuck right at that $5K month. She was working full-time in her business, and she had big dreams of making an impact. She wanted to travel. She wanted to do luxury retreats with her clients, and her husband were also eager to buy their first home. So Melissa's 4-month goals when she came to me was, I want to double my income, Ann. Right now I'm making $5,000. I'd like to see $10,000 a month. So this would support her having a bigger impact with her clients because she could book those luxury retreats and she could start saving to buy their very first home without working more hours. She wanted to cut her work week by 10 hours a week so she could have more fun in her personal life, right? She wanted to travel, spend time with her husband. The gap was that Melissa was undercharging for her packages. She was attracting a low-level, lack mindset entrepreneur who was really fearful and hesitant to make business investments. And so what Melissa was doing was she was working her tail off to get these clients in, and then she was undercharging so that she could secure them. She figured, I will charge less than what I want and what I know my services are worth to get them to say yes. So to make that $5,000 a month, she had to work a lot, really hard. So the action that we took was we looked at Melissa's inventory to see what she had available to work with and how we could get Melissa on the phone really fast with the leads that we knew were going to buy, because she didn't have a lot of time. We had to do this quickly. And while she was off booking those calls, we tweaked a couple of things in her packages so that we could justify a price increase. Melissa was a little bit worried about increasing her package prices, which is normal, because they already felt really hard to sell, right? But when we tweaked her offers, she could clearly see how valuable they were, and she felt really great about her new prices, because you have to feel good about them. So one, we made a couple of tweaks to her current packages, nothing major, just a little bit, and then we increased the price points to match the value and the vibration inside each of her offers. So the result of this was that Melissa booked 6 discovery calls and she closed 4 of them, and that's about a 67% conversion, which is really awesome, which resulted in her generating $20,500 over 3 months, okay? Melissa finally broke through that 5K month, and she was generated $20,500. So she knew exactly what was possible for her and how she could quickly get buyers on the phone because we looked at her inventory. And then she realized that by increasing the value and the price point of her offers so that it was a perfect match, it supported her clients with a proven solution, she ended up attracting a higher level client, and she also felt in total alignment with this. Over the next 3 months, Melissa was able to book herself solid. She maintained the 10K months with her dreamy clients, and she ended up booking that luxury retreat for the following spring, right after her and her husband took a 2-week vacation to Bali. Okay, phenomenal. And she also hired a full-time assistant who took those 10 hours a week right off her plate so she could do more of the things she loved. It's amazing. Let's talk about the next. This is the wrong traffic leads to no sales. Okay? So the type of traffic that you attract will dictate your results. There's no way around it. Okay? A lot of entrepreneurs spend a lot of time working really hard to attract as many people as they can to their webinars, their free stuff, their paid stuff, their programs, their email list, their Facebook group. They spend so much time trying to get all the people they can get. But the problem is, it's not about the quantity. It's about the quality of that traffic. It's not about how many people you can get. It's how many of the right people that you can get. So first thing is you have to discover who your dreamy client is. You get to create this person. That's one thing I love about being an entrepreneur, and especially a rebel. I'm a rebel. I like to break rules, right? I want you, and I inspire my clients to create their ideal client. I don't care what anybody else tells you. You do your business the way you want. You build it by design. You get to create who this person is that you allow into your programs. Then you find out where they're spending their time. Is it online, offline? Is it events, live events? Is it online magazines? Is it blogs, networking? Where are your people? You have to tap into where they're spending their time so you can put yourself in front of them. Then identify what their single biggest challenge is. And this has to be the challenge that it's such a big deal for them that they're willing to pay to make it go away. That's a big nugget right there. And how do they describe it in their own words? A lot of entrepreneurs make the mistake of thinking that you can stuff your packages and you can be everything to everyone and you can provide all the solutions to all of the problems in one offer. It's a big, huge mistake because it doesn't work that way, and that's really overwhelming. It's really hard to sell that, okay? It's really hard to sell that. Less is more in a lot of cases. okay? Especially when it comes to sales. And the other thing that I see people do, and I did all of this. This is why I can resonate. If this is you, I resonate. I was doing it too. I did it. But you have to start describing the pain points and desires and challenges in the way that your ideal clients describe them, not the way you think that they describe them. If you're trying to create content and you're in your own head using your own words, your ideal clients don't resonate with that, and you're really playing, you're really putting yourself at risk and playing Russian roulette if you're just kind of winging this, right? You really need a message that is their language, because that's what they're going to resonate with. Once you know who your ideal client is, what it is that they want, where they want to go, and how you can help them get there, you want to get your hottest traffic on the phone, which is buyers. Not cold traffic, not leads, not people you don't know, but buyers. There's two types of traffic sources. The hot traffic is current clients, past buyers, anybody. It doesn't matter if they bought something for $1 or $10,000. Any buyer. Maybe referrals, some leads, your Facebook group, if you have Facebook group, the members that are in there, these are people that are already connected to you. They already know you. Some of them have already made investments with you. Maybe they've been referred to you by people who have made investments with you and know, like, and trust you. These are people that somewhere along the line, they said, hey, I think that you might be able to help me. You might have something that is a solution for the problem I'm having. And then they connected with you, whether it's on your email list, your Facebook group. Where and how isn't really as irrelevant as the fact that they think at some point that your message resonated with them. Something you said or did made sense to them, and they felt like you might be someone who could help them. That is a hot lead. Then there's the cold traffic. Paid Facebook ads, maybe other people's Facebook groups, maybe it's summits or giveaways with other leaders and experts. Maybe it's from people that are coming from a guest blog, or it could even be interviews. Here's the thing. Cold traffic is absolutely something that you need to be constantly bringing into your business, but then you have to nurture them, provide value to them to turn them into hot traffic. Cold traffic does not come onto your email list, into your Facebook group, or on a sales call with you already hot. It takes time. It can take 5, 10, 15 touches before cold traffic becomes hot traffic. So you have to be constantly bringing in cold traffic and then nurturing them, providing them value, building know, like, and trust to bring them into the hot traffic. And then that's when you keep this consistent flow of leads coming in, okay? If you want to generate fast cash, if you need an influx of cash, or maybe you're trying to fill a program, then you need to be reaching out to your hottest traffic first. Your cold traffic will be the last resort. It's what you'll do after you've exhausted your hot traffic. All right, let's move into the next step. Don't sell, serve. Big deal, because it sounds contradicting because selling is selling, right? Sales is selling. However, when you take the servant approach, you get more sales. If you can't close, then you don't have a business, right? Because if you don't know how to sell, then you can't generate sales in your business, which means you don't necessarily have a business, because a business makes money. A business makes money each and every single month after month. Okay? It thrives or it goes out of business. There's no in between. It makes money every single month, consistently, month after month. And if you don't know how to sell, if you can't close, then you don't have a business. Your entire business and its success relies on the fact of, can you sell or not? Can you close sales? Can you sell your product, your service, your program? Can you get on a sales call and close a sales call? Can you ask for the sale? Can you overcome objections? Can you successfully sell? And if you can't, you will not have reliable income, because it all comes down to selling. So first thing, you must be able to conduct a successful sales call before you start booking them. So this is a big mistake I see also. And this is one thing I did is, for me, it was pretty easy to get people on my calendar. I have a really good personality. I have high energy. I love being social. That's what social media is for. It's not for, gossiping or hiding behind your computer. Social media is meant to be social. meaning get on it and talk to people and engage and build relationships, have conversations, and I'm all about that. So for me, personally, I was able to book lots of discovery calls. The problem in the beginning was that I hated sales, and I actually sucked at sales, and I had no idea how to do them. Go figure, because this is my genius zone today. But that's not how it was at the beginning for me. I had to build this muscle. I had to build a love for sales, okay? But one thing that I see a lot of entrepreneurs doing is booking sales calls when you have no business booking them, which means you have no idea how to close a successful sale. You don't know how to sell confidently and accurately. And therefore, you really don't have any business booking sales calls. So you want to master your sales, okay, before you start booking sales calls. It just makes sense, right? You're not going to go out on, the mountain on skis if you don't know how to ski and get at the highest one possible and throw yourself down because you've never done it before. You're going to practice. You're going to start at the smallest little hill, right? You're going to get yourself a little practice. You're going to watch some videos or get a little bit of training first so you don't break your neck, right? Just an example there. But anyway, the point is you have to learn how to do sales before you start booking sales, okay? Number two is you have to know the intention of a sales call, right? And how it looks is crucial to your sales. Because if you don't know what you want to see happen on that sales call, then you're not going to know how to lead it to that result. It's kind of like getting in your car and saying, I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just going to get in it and drive around. No destination, no end outcome. I'm just going to get in it and just drive around. I actually think that's kind of fun sometimes. But the point is, when it comes to your business, you can't wing it like that. You can't just do things on a whim and hope for the best. It's not sustainable. It's not reliable. It doesn't create consistent results. You need to know what the intention of your sales calls are before you do them. Then you got to get really confident in that sales is not about selling, it's a serving. It's about serving people. The only intention you should have on a sales call is I want to learn about you and discover what your challenges are and if and how I can help you, and if I can't, what I recommend. And if I can, here's how that would look. That's it. It's like going out to dinner with your family or a close friend. You don't have an intention of, any certain agenda. You just want to have a good time. You want to catch up. You want to chit-chat, maybe have a drink or do some dancing or some scenic views or something, or I don't know what you do, but you just go and it's genuine. It's comfortable. It's not awkward and weird. You don't have a hidden agenda. So sales calls is the same way. If someone is on a call with you, then they believe that you might be able to help them. There's something you said or done that has them thinking, maybe this person can help me with the challenge that I'm having right now. Let me get on a call with them. Let me take time out of my very busy day. And let me get on a call with this person and be vulnerable and share all the scary stuff with them that I've been hiding from everybody else, even though I don't know them. Let me go do that because I think they might be able to help me. So for you to not show up in full integrity, ready to serve them, is out of integrity. It's bad business. That person is giving you some of the time that they can't get back because they think you can help them. So you got to show up and serve them and show them if and how you can help them. The result of your sales calls is completely dependent on the expectations that you gave your prospect before the call, the intention you set for the call, the mindset you have during that call, and then, of course, the type of people that you attract to the call. All four of these things will dictate your results. So they have to come in complete alignment, okay? When I first started my business, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I hated everything to do with sales. I absolutely repelled them. I couldn't stand sales. I avoided it at all costs. Completely. I would not do sales. And I was hustling to make ends meet. But then I realized something. I was connected with people like Lisa Sasevich, David Nagel, Suzanne Evans, people I've actually worked with, invested in, who have coached me, who I've worked for and helped in their business, in their sales departments. But here's what I realized watching them, and many other leaders actually, is that they all had one thing in common. They mastered the shit out of sales. They were so confident and good at sales. It was the driving force of their business. So I went on to challenge myself to do 30 discovery calls in 30 days. I ended up doing more than that, actually. And it inspired other people to do the same thing, which was great because it started a movement. It made an impact. But my only intention was to get more comfortable with sales conversations, get more comfortable with speaking to people and having conversations without all that icky, yucky feeling type stuff, right? That same month that I challenged myself to do those 30 calls, and I actually did 45, that same month I created a sales system and I hit my first 5-figure month. No technology, no hustle, and no sales page. I only had an audience of maybe 300 people if I was lucky. Small audience. But because I had done 45 discovery calls, and I built a relationship with know, like, and trust with each and every one of them, and I showed up with no intention other than to serve them and not to sell to them, I was able to generate a 5-figure month. And on top of that, I created an authentic, rinse and repeatable sales system. So it was something I was able to use over and over and over and over again that I use still to this day. Over 13 years later, I use the same system. It's the same system that my clients spend thousands of dollars to invest in, to use in their business. So there's 2 types of sales conversations. The first one is prove your worth sales. This is where a lot of the people that come to me are at. They are convincing people to buy from them. They're begging people. They're negotiating. They're focusing all on themselves, their own stuff, their own problems, their own challenges. They're proving their worth to everybody because they don't feel valuable. They're coaching on sales calls when they should not be. They're giving way too much away for free, and they feel really awkward and uneasy. That is the prove your worth sales, okay? Then there's the sales conversation number 2. This is my conversation to close system, which is total opposite of the prove your worth system. The conversation to close system is a system where you have total confidence, and I mean total confidence. You have clear goals and intentions for every single sales call. You have solution-based offers that you are in love with and you stand behind like you stand behind your loved ones. You attract high-end buyers, not lack mindset, where it's no-shows and no-goes. You are client and result-driven. You have high-value sales calls, easy and obvious sales, and feel-good, genuine conversations. This is what sales is all about. This is the system that I created over years and years of doing this. Prove your worth sales. I spent so many years begging people, convincing people, negotiating my value, my worth, my price points, my boundaries. I was so focused on my own problems and my own lack that I couldn't sell anything to anybody. I couldn't help anybody else because I was all in my own head. I was giving away everything for free. I was giving free coaching away. And I felt really awkward and uneasy. Sales sucked when you have to prove your worth. But when you can have a conversation that guides, genuinely and authentically to a close, you have confidence, you have class, it feels good, you attract a different mindset, your energy is amazing. You create no-brainer, like obvious next step solution-based offers, and you attract that different person, and then you get them results. It's very high touch, right? That's how we do sales over here in the Rebel community. We use my system, my conversation to close system. So you can continue doing this where you're proving your worth, or you can step into conversation to close system where it feels a lot better. Now, sales happens in 3 phases, right? There's before the call, okay? So before you ever get on the call with someone, sales starts right here, okay? And then there's during the call, which is the obvious. You're having your sales conversation. That's during the call. But then there's also after the call. Sales still happens after the call. So let's talk about this. Most coaches, most only teach you sales during a call. But here's the thing. I'm not most coaches. Okay? I'm a rebel. I'm different. I break rules. I like to do things my way, my own way. I like to empower my clients to create things their own way and design their own vision. Okay? So I'm not most coaches. I tell the good, bad, and ugly, not just the good. So let's talk about each of these phases. The first phase is the sales before the call. This happens before you ever get on the call. Sales is already happening. It's in your messaging. It's the message and the invitation that you're putting out there every day, every single time you post. It's the relationships that you're building with the people that are coming to you through those messages. It's the relationship, the know, like, the trust, the emotion. It's everything you're creating with the people around you. It's the value content that you're delivering, that you're putting out there, that you're putting your time and energy and love into, and you're sharing that with the world. Free or paid, it doesn't matter. All of your valuable content. It's in your emails. It's happening in every email you send to people. Somebody is being touched, shifted. An emotion is happening. A know, like, and trust is building, right? Every email. It's in all of your traffic that you're bringing to you. You're already beginning the sales process. And it is in that pre-qualification process that you put people through to determine if the sales call is the next step for them. This all happens before the sales call, and it's all part of the sales. These things here are going to dictate how your sales conversation goes. Promise you. Let's talk about during. This is the obvious, right? It happens at the very beginning of the call, that intention that you create, the space you open up for them. The way you begin your call is absolutely going to dictate how that call goes. It's also in the middle of the call. There's some things that happen in the middle of the conversation that really confirm if this is a sale or not. And then at the end, how you guide them to a decision, how you bring everything together, and how you close that sale. And then there's the third and final phase, which is the follow-up. It's the sales. It's after you've had the sales call. It's in that recap email that you should be sending out. It's in that fierce follow-up that I told you at the beginning can bring you 60, 70, 80% income increase in your fierce follow-ups. Okay? And it's in the continued sales calls. There's times when no matter if you do my system or not, no matter how great you get at sales and you bring all this together, there's just times when some people can't make a decision right then. It's just not the right time. But that doesn't mean that that's not going to be a sale. That doesn't mean that that person is not going to ever buy from you. Not right now or no does not mean never. And so you have to continue having a sales conversation. Sales happens long after the call. It still goes on. And a lot of entrepreneurs skip this. They don't realize this. They don't know this. And that's okay. You don't know what you don't know. I'm very happy to bring this to your attention today. All right, so you can see that sales is always happening long before the call and even after the call. It's always happening. So let me tell you about Michelle. Michelle is a health coach. She's a client of mine. She's a health coach. And she was able to use my system and my proven strategies to book 4 clients just from one email alone that generate $20,000 for her. How phenomenal is that? One email, okay? And she was able to book 4 clients, generating $20,000. Now, what we did is we emailed our hottest leads, and we sent them a very specific invitation using my templates to speak with her and then have massive confidence and clarity and ease on her sales call. So we really mastered that sales call. She was able to quickly secure them as clients into her awesome packages that she felt totally great about, and she did this all with total integrity. Felt really good. These 4 leads were ready to buy before they ever got on the call with Michelle. And when Michelle put the right offer in front of them, it was a done deal. She collected payment for all 4 of these clients right on her sales call. Okay? That's what can happen when you bring all this together. Now, the next thing that's really, really important, I'm going to talk a little bit about this because it's really game changer. It's kind of the icing on the cake, is investing in the right mentor. And this is step number 5 because this is going to dictate your success, right? Now, when you have the right mentor, you're going to have structure to probably what is unstable right now. You're going to have new strategies and perspectives different from what you're doing right now that's not working for you. If there is a gap in your sales process or in your business, in your marketing, if there is something that you're doing that's not working, it's not bringing you the results, it's not getting you where you want to go, it's not moving things forward, or maybe it is, but it's not fast enough, it's not enough, then the right mentor is going to give you new strategies and perspectives to shift you through that faster. A right mentor is going to have consistent accountability for you. You need someone to help hold you accountable. We all do. That's why a coach has a coach, a mentor has a mentor, because we need someone to help hold us accountable. It's really easy to procrastinate and to get into a cycle of idleness and to, have that lack of confidence and to get stuck in that pattern like that. But when you have someone holding you accountable, you hold yourself to a higher standard. With the right mentor, you also have the urgency to do what needs to be done, right? You can tell yourself all day, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But it's really easy to sidetrack yourself and distract yourself and do something else, right? That maybe isn't moving you forward. But when you have a mentor who is holding you accountable and checking in with you and giving you specific things to do, it gives you the urgency to get shit done and do what needs to be done and stop procrastinating, right? And you have guidance when you feel stuck. I will tell you, I have spent tens of thousands of dollars on coaches, courses, trainings, and programs. And most of the time, probably 98% of the time, I didn't really make those investments for the training or the materials. I did it for the accountability, the strategies, the guidance, right? Because I know that I do my best work and I get the best results when I have someone that's holding me accountable and create an urgency for me, and when I know that I'm moving towards something. I have guidance that keeps me focused and on track. And when you have that, you always get results because the money follows that. The right mentor is going to give you strategies that support your goals. This is a big deal, right? You want strategies that are going to lead you straight to the results that you want. And the right mentor will do that, cutting out all the fluff and getting you working on your business instead of in it. And it gets you there faster, right? So the truth is, you can choose to keep doing what you're doing right now that is not working for you, or it's not serving you, or it's not moving you forward in the right direction, or it's not getting you there fast enough. Or you could try a new way. So one thing I do for my clients is I focus on fast cash producing strategies so that you can get quick results in the door and build up rock solid confidence in your ability to generate sales, doing what you love. And I practice this in my own business for myself as well, by always having a high-level mentor or coach and always educating myself and taking the right trainings so that I take the right actions that get me the fastest, easiest results with minimal effort. And while we're getting cash in the door, we'll work on creating your sellable offers with price points that match so that you attract high-quality buyers who are ready to say, yes, that's the mentor I am. That's what I do with my clients. And that's what I practice in my business as well. So today, let's do a quick recap. Today, we covered 5 steps to be super, super, super clear on what are your numbers and what you have to work with, right? Creating the right offer for the right people. So you have better sales conversations that result in an easy close through a proven sales system and getting the right mentor to guide you every step of the way, right? That's what we covered today. Now, Natasha, a client of mine, was struggling to book discovery calls because literally she was scared to death to have a sales conversation with anybody, even people who were coming to her. She didn't think that one offer of hers was valuable, not a single offer that she had. She saw no value in any of them. She felt like the price was really low, so she needed a lot of sales, and she struggled with transitioning from the conversation to the close and asking for that sale. So we went through my 8-step sales system, and we created 3 sellable offers that she was really, really excited about. She couldn't wait to tell people about. And even though we doubled her prices, she felt in total alignment with the value and the support that for her clients would get, which allowed her to enroll 3 new clients over 2 weeks into her new offers. This generated $7,500 for Natasha. So this is really great. This is a big deal. So I promised you today on this call that I would show you how to book more dreamy clients faster and easier, right? So that you can close more sales on the spot. And we talked about how to create sellable offers that you're excited about so that you feel really confident. And more importantly, your clients can see you as the person that can help them get where they want to go. We also talked about how to do this with integrity, with confidence in class, but cutting out the hustle, the technology, and all the burnout, right? So here's what you need to be successful. Number 1, you need super clear goals, and you've got to get intimate with your numbers. You have to know what your numbers are and what you have to work with. You have to. This will bring your goals into alignment. The next thing is you've got to have sellable offers that are solution-based. Not just your plain Jane generic offers that everybody else is offering. These need to be a clear solution, a path to the results that your clients want. Then you need the right traffic to put in front of those sellable offers, right? Not just any traffic, but the right traffic. Then master your sales conversation, okay? Be confident in having a good offer is not going to cut it, okay? You can't just have a good offer. You have to be really confident, lit up, excited, in love with your offer, okay? Then have the right mentor to support you, to guide you, to help you when you're stuck or when you're confused or you don't know what to do next, to give you clear, effective, fast, easy strategies, a new perspective, and looking at things in a different way so you can take a different type of action, okay? These 5 steps is enough, okay, to get cash in the door right now and give you rock solid confidence so you can have bigger, consistent paydays. Now, these 5 steps is not everything. It's not all of the solutions. It's not all of the ways and all of the answers to everything that you need, right? But the 5 steps is enough. These are enough steps for you to get bigger, consistent paydays right now and have a lot more confidence in doing that. So now it's time for you to make a decision, right? Because part of being a business owner and an entrepreneur and a CEO of your business, of this empire that you're building, is that we have to make decisions. We have to make them every single day, and sometimes we don't know what the right ones are or what the right things should be or the next steps, and we can't see all the things ahead, but we always have to be making decisions. It's part of growing. It's part of evolving and just taking that action and making things happen. So here's how I can help you. My team and I have set aside some time over the next 48 hours to speak with you personally, okay, about how you can apply these proven strategies to your business today. No matter what your biggest challenge is with online sales, we have seen it and we know how to overcome it. It's what we do. Even the objections that you can't seem to overcome, we know how to overcome them. This is what we do, okay? On your call, we'll work together to identify what's going on with your sales and what you can do to overcome those challenges to start creating a flow of consistent clients and cash that feels really good and in alignment, okay? We're going to get you clear on what's going on with your sales, right? What are the gaps that you have in your business and your systems and your process that is keeping you where you're at, and how to fill those gaps and what you should focus on going forward so that you can reach those goals faster and easier. Because I'm all about working smarter, not harder, okay? And this call is free. So here's who this call is for. This call's for you if you're 1,000% committed to your business. Not 100%, 1,000% committed to your business and reaching your income goals with complete integrity and honesty, because that is what I am all about, okay? And it's also for you if you are a service-based online entrepreneur, Okay, so this call is for consultants, virtual assistants, done for you. If you are a money, mindset, health, or business coach, this call is for you. That's who we help, okay? And if you've been in business for at least 1 year and you've worked with clients, but maybe you want more clients, okay, then this call is for you. If you're ready to do whatever it takes to move your business forward and leave the excuses and drama at the door, then this call is for you. Because listen, I'm going to tell it like it is. I play hard. I love hard. I live hard. I work hard. I don't hustle, though, and I don't deal with excuses. I don't entertain drama and excuses. You got to be all in, ready to do whatever it takes, no matter how hard or scary it is. And if you're that type of person, then this is definitely the call for you, okay? If this is you, I want you to go ahead and book a session. All you have to do is go to selllikearebel.com/apply. Okay? Now, these spaces are limited. People are booking the calls really fast, and I don't have a whole bunch of time on my calendar, okay, because I'm busy working with clients. So if this is something that is speaking to you right now and you're ready to have bigger paydays faster and easier, and you're ready to really master your sales in every way possible and feel so good about it, then go to selllikearebel.com/apply and book a call with me. When you go there, you're going to be taken to a page where you can find a time on my calendar that works for you, okay? And then you're going to be asked to fill out a really quick, simple application that's going to help me really make the most of our sales call together, okay? Because really this call is about me understanding the gaps in your business, what's not working, so that I can help you get really clear on what needs to happen next so that you can get out of that overwhelm and get into bigger paydays, okay? So you're going to be asked to book your call at a time that works for you, a day and time. Go ahead and fill out the application that it asks you to after you book that call, and then you and I are going to have our call, okay? So just go to selllikearebel.com/apply and book your call if this is the right call for you, okay? If you meet my requirements, then book this call. Spaces are limited, so go ahead and do that right now, and I'll see you right over on the other side, okay?